Right, Glen Jennings, didn't expect such a heated press conference today, but we saw an animated Tim Tszyu up there. What'd you make of all that?
Well, the whole press conference had a great vibe, a lot of energy. I think that's Newcastle, mate. That's how we do things.
Why do you think Tim got so animated up there?
Oh, look, I think he's just enjoying the process. I mean, a lot of the times the fighters are subdued because of the weight cut and everything else, but today you've seen a little bit of elevation. There was a couple of spicy and salty little comments made and a few little niggles at each other over a few really not important issues. But at the end of the day, it was great to see the boys come out of their shell and have a bit to say.
Can you clarify exactly what has happened here? Because Joey says one thing, Tim says he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
What exactly happened with this judges thing?
Look, I can only piece together two, because what we're talking about is a discussion that happened 3 months ago in the US, most likely between a no limits rep over there and Joey's camp, and it would have been a discussion about let's do this fight, and there would have been things talked about, and we're not saying it didn't happen. They have in their mind that there was an agreement about neutral or international judges. We're not disputing that, but when you come to Australia, you don't have the luxury of that being an automatic thing. In the state of New South Wales, we fight under the Combat Sports of New South Wales, a government body, and they are the sole arbiter of the appointments of the officials, referees and judges. And so the only time that it elevates to neutral or international judges is at world title, interim, or what they call a significant event. The significant event clause is there to allow people to make application if they believe a non-title fight is significant enough to bring international judges into. That took a bit of time, and No Limits went out of their way to make that happen, and it was a process that you've got to go through. They're government departments. You can't just clip your fingers, and there it is, it's done. And the international judges arrived today. So never a problem for us. As Tim said, I think before, Jay, that he doesn't care. He doesn't even know who the judges are, nor does he even look at it, has no interest in it. Him and Joey are going to fight. And deep in my heart, I know Joey's the same. They're very similar guys, mate. But we just wanted a fair and equitable outcome, and I'm happy that it's come that way.
Now, just ask Joey Spencer at the All-In what he sees as Tim Tszyu's sort of weaknesses in the ring. And he said that he thinks Tim Tszyu's got, head noises in the ring, and he's confused as to what sort of style to use in there. What do you make of those sort of comments?
Oh, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Tim's enjoyed this week. As Joey said, he changes his tune every single day, and that's fun. Tim's enjoying that. But if they underestimate Tim Tszyu's mental strength, they're in for a shock. Tim Tszyu knows exactly what he's doing.
What about yourself? Any nerves this weekend? There's a lot on the line. Tim said this is the most important fight of his career. How do you see it?
Without a doubt, a critical time of his career, an opportunity for him to come back from 2 losses on the trot. A third loss would be just devastating. I don't see that. I'm very, very comfortable and confident in the Tim Tszyu that is preparing, and the Tim Tszyu today. And we're not dwelling on anything in the past. We're dwelling on the fact that Tim Tszyu is in a great position, and this is going to be a great fight. So no, I don't get nervous for the boys. I really don't. I'm more about just making sure the last few days, everything we do gives Tim that absolute best environment to perform at his best.
Just one more. We saw Jeff Fenech, we've seen Eddie Hearn, we've seen lots of other people in the boxing game comment on Tim Tszyu. What do you think Tim Tszyu's on the lips of all these guys?
Look, all of them not that long ago were heaping praise on Tim Tszyu and everything we did. When you take a loss in this country, talk to the Rabbitohs, talk to the Bulldogs, you have to take the good with the bad. A lot of people jumped off the Tim Tszyu train. With another win on Sunday, they'll all come back on the Tim Tszyu train. So it goes in ebbs and flows. It doesn't change my respect for any of them. They all have opinions and they're all entitled to them. It's a democratic country. Feel free to say what you want. But at the end of the day, for Tim Tszyu, he's still the number 1 boy in Australian boxing. He's had 2 losses. He's still the number 1 boy in Australian boxing. For all those that have hopped off the train, he's still the number 1 in Australian boxing. What can I say? Look at today's press conference. Look at the media turnout. Look at the entertainment centre on Sunday. Chock-a-block screaming. Who else is managing that? Who else is doing that? No Limits and Tim Tszyu. Good luck to both.
There you go. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.